that you'll be able to settle down in Canada much quicker, and all of these things together can start affecting their mental and their financial health in Canada. My advice for you would be to first figure out why are you planning. One of the most difficult questions that most people planning to study in Canada face is deciding what is the right time to move to Canada. Should you come to study in Canada right after finishing your high school or after your grade 12, or should you wait until you graduate and come to Canada for your post-graduation or for your masters? In this video, we'll try to answer this question in a very practical way so that you can make the best decision based on your situation. So what's up YouTube, it's Shivansh here. Welcome back to my channel. But before we start this video, please make sure to hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm and also subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, because I post a lot of useful videos about finding jobs in Canada and studying in Canada. And also make sure to share this video with your friends and family so that they can also benefit from this. With that being said, let's start this video. Now if you want to know what would my advice be for you, then make sure to watch this video till the very end. But for now, let's start by talking about some of the pros or some of the benefits of studying in Canada right after you finish your high school in India or in your home country. So right off the bat, the biggest advantage for you if you study in Canada right after grade 12 or right after finishing your high school is that you will get an opportunity to start earning in Canada as soon as possible, as soon as you do your graduation. So let's say you come to Canada from your home country right after grade 12 and you choose to do a 2-year diploma course in Canada. So once you're done with that 2-year program, technically you won't really have to study anymore after that, because you'll be able to get your work permit and you can start working as soon as possible, unless you want to upgrade yourself or learn new skills that can translate into a higher paying job, or if you just want to go back to school and get your full degree. If you don't want to do any of this, then you can choose not to study anymore after this, and you will still be able to get a decent lifestyle or a decent life in Canada. Now you may not be able to get a super high paying corporate job or an office job in Canada, but you can be rest assured that you'll be able to live a comfortable life, a decent life I would say, where you'll be able to afford all the basic things in life pretty easily, whether it's living in shared accommodations, having a nice phone or a nice car. So if your goal is to just come to Canada and start earning as soon as possible, then you will definitely get it with this option. Benefit number 2 of studying in Canada right after grade 12 is that you'll be able to settle down in Canada much quicker, because you'll be able to get your Canadian PR in a shorter span of time. Now even though it has definitely become a lot more difficult to become a Canadian PR after coming to Canada as a student, but as long as you're choosing the right course to study in Canada and you're able to get a job in that specific field that you've studied in, then you will definitely be able to get your Canadian PR either through a PNP program for one of the provinces or through some other express entry program. And then once you obtain your Canadian PR, then you're basically settled in Canada, and you can also invite your parents or your grandparents to Canada much easily through a PR sponsorship or a super visa, and in this way you'll be able to spend a lot more time with your family together in Canada. So in short, this is the quickest way for you to get your Canadian PR and to also invite your family to Canada on a PR sponsorship. Benefit number 3 is that studying in Canada right after grade 12 is actually not too expensive and is somewhat affordable. So if you're okay with not getting a full bachelor's degree in Canada and you just want to pursue a 1, 2 or a 3-year diploma course in Canada, then this can be an affordable option for you, because your tuition fee for such programs in Canada will be anywhere from $18,000 to $22,000 per year, which is actually not too bad. So let's say you want to pursue a 2-year diploma course in Canada and your total budget is around 40,000 Canadian dollars, then you will definitely be able to afford this kind of education in this budget, and at the same time you'll be able to get world-class education at world-class institutes, where you'll also get an opportunity to get exposure and to interact with people from all over the world. And then obviously once you graduate, you'll also get a chance to work in Canada on a work permit and then eventually apply for your Canadian PR. Benefit number 4 is that you get access to a better quality of life in Canada. Now this one is very subjective, because it can mean different things to different people, but for some people Canada offers a much better quality of life as compared to India or to their home country, potentially because of its infrastructure, healthcare services, better social security and job prospects, etc. However, this can be debatable, because different people might have different opportunities in their home country and they might have different expectations from their life in Canada. But if this is something that you're looking for, then moving to Canada right after grade 12 can be a great option for you. Alright, so now let's talk about some of the disadvantages of moving to Canada right after grade 12 and why you should actually consider moving to Canada for your post-graduation or for your masters. Number 1, your college life in Canada. Now in contrast to what all of us have seen on social media, the college life in Canada is actually not at all glamorous as compared to what you're used to maybe in India or back in your home country. Unfortunately, most international students, when they come to Canada, will not be able to enjoy a college life as compared to what they would have in India, whether it's about the camaraderie with their friends or these superb fests and concerts that take place in these Indian colleges, or just the opportunity to take part in extracurricular activities. Your college life in Canada will be far away from all of this, and depending on the course that you choose and the college and your situation, it's possible that you may not be able to make any real friends at all, at least in your initial time in Canada. And even if you're lucky and you're able to make some genuine friends in Canada, you may not be able to get enough time to hang out with them after school, because most international students here work part-time jobs in order to support their monthly expenses in Canada. And as we know that cost of living is increasing every single day, and it's equally hard to find a part-time job as well. So most of the international students are actually occupied commuting between their college, home and their workplace, and trying to earn a living for themselves in Canada and accumulate enough money to pay for next year's or next semester's tuition fee. So between all these different challenges that you have to face as an international student in Canada, enjoying your college life will probably be at the very end of your list of things to do. So if this is what matters to you, then you should probably wait to study in Canada until you actually graduate and then move to Canada for your post-graduation or for your master's, because that will make sure that you've had the best of both the worlds. You've had a good college life, a good college experience back in India, and then you can also upskill yourself and come to Canada and get that global experience and exposure to the entire world. Number two is that if you're thinking about getting a full bachelor's degree in Canada, then as an international student, it can be extremely expensive for you as compared to doing a 2-year diploma course. For example, if you want to get a full bachelor's degree from a decent university in Canada, then it's going to cost you anywhere from $30,000 up to $50,000 per year just for the tuition fee, depending on the course and the university that you choose. So for a 4-year degree, the cost will add up very quickly and you'll end up paying $150K to $200K just for your university degree, and then on top of that, you'll also have to pay for your accommodation and your food and other living expenses in Canada. So unless you have that kind of a budget, it'll be very difficult for you to pursue a bachelor's degree in Canada as an undergrad student. But the situation is actually completely reversed for a master's degree or for post-graduation. A master's degree program in Canada is usually for 2 years, and for the entire program, the total cost might be around 60,000 Canadian dollars, which is much more affordable as compared to a bachelor's degree. So if you really want to pursue a full degree in Canada and your budget is also limited, then pursuing your master's degree from Canada would make a lot more sense. Reason number 3 why you should not move to Canada right after high school is that most students who move to Canada after grade 12 are very naive. Some students are not able to handle the stress or the pressure of moving to a completely new country where they don't know anyone, they don't have any family there, and they don't even have any friends either. And in addition to feeling lonely and homesick in Canada, there are some students who make poor financial decisions in Canada, because for most of the students, this is the very first time that they are responsible for managing their own money. They have full freedom to choose what should they spend their money on, whether they should buy this fancy phone or this fancy car at this point in time, regardless of whether they can actually afford it or not. So because they are very young and they don't know how to manage their money properly, they can end up making poor financial decisions, whether it's taking a lot of debt in terms of credit card debt or line of credit to support their expensive lifestyle, or whether they want to take on this debt in order to pay for their tuition fee. And all of these things together can start affecting their mental and their financial health in Canada. And because of this, if you're planning to move to Canada right after grade 12, you need to be very careful on how you spend your money and how are you dealing with all these mental health issues. But on the other hand, if you move to Canada for your post-graduation, then it is much more likely that you're far more aware of your financial health, about managing your money and managing stress in a much better way, because the hope is that you've seen a bit of life yourself. You've seen that journey from transforming yourself from a teenager to a fully grown adult who's able to take on responsibility and take those decisions, whether it's financial decisions or emotional decisions, in a much more responsible manner. So having said that, my advice for you would be to first figure out, why are you planning to move to Canada? Why are you planning to study in Canada? Do you want to get a Canadian PR as soon as possible? Maybe you want to invite your parents to Canada as soon as possible? Or do you prefer enjoying your college life to the fullest extent, and that's why you should maybe choose to study in India first and then move to Canada for your post-graduation? Or whether you prefer doing a full degree in Canada instead of a diploma course. So whatever your motivations are, whatever is driving you to consider Canada as your destination for studying abroad, you should first understand what you actually really want in life, and also consider what your budget is. Based on all these different factors, you'll be able to decide what would be the right choice for you. I hope you guys found this video to be useful. If you have any questions, then let me know in the comments below, and please make sure to hit the like button and also subscribe to my channel to watch more such videos about studying and working in Canada, and I'm sure that you will not be disappointed. With that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.